Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to talk about batik. But I want you to forget everything you think you know about it just being a pretty fabric. We're going to look at it as something so much more, a language, a visual storybook packed with philosophy, identity, and centuries of history. Ready? Let's get into it.
So let me ask you this. When you look at a piece of batik, are you just seeing a cool pattern or could you be looking at a secret code? Think about it. Every single swirl, every line, every dot, it can all hold some incredibly deep meaning. And today, we are going to unlock that code together.
All right, so our first mission is to become official code breakers. We're going to start by diving into some famous regional motifs to decode the amazing stories and philosophies they carry. This is where the fabric truly starts to talk.
Okay, let's kick things off with a true classic from Banyuwangi, the Gajah Oling. At first glance, you just see this really elegant, curved shape, right? But its name tells you everything. Gajah means something great or large, and Oling means to remember. Put them together and you get a powerful reminder to always remember the Almighty. It's not just a design, it's basically a prayer woven right into the cloth.
And this is a perfect example of how Batik speaks in different local dialects. So Banyuwangi's Gajah Oling is all about spirituality. But then you look over at Jember, their main motif is inspired by tobacco, their biggest natural resource, and it symbolizes prosperity. And in Bondowoso, they use the cassava leaf to represent simplicity and making a living. You see? Each region uses its own visual vocabulary to tell its own unique story.
And that vocabulary gets even richer when you get to the coastal areas, like in the Batiks from Pekalongan. It's like opening up a whole dictionary of symbols. A butterfly isn't just a butterfly, it's a symbol of love. A bird represents joy. That koi fish you see, it's a wish for good luck. A peacock's tail stands for elegance, and a horse represents loyalty. It's a whole language telling these beautiful stories of life and hope.
For hundreds of years, these stories were mostly shared within Indonesia. But then, there was this huge moment when the entire world started to lean in and listen. Let's talk about how this local art form totally exploded onto the global stage.
Remember this date, October 2nd, 2009. This was a massive deal. This was the day that UNESCO, the UN's cultural organization, officially recognized just how important and unique Indonesian batik is. It was this incredible moment of global validation.
And here's the key reason why. UNESCO's official words say it all. The world didn't just recognize a piece of cloth. It recognized the intangible cultural values. What does that mean? It means the skills, the philosophy, the stories passed down from generation to generation. That was the real treasure the world was celebrating.
And of course, this wasn't just some formal award to hang on a wall. It sparked this huge wave of national pride. And that's why this date is now celebrated every year as National Batik Day, a day for us to wear, honor, and promise to keep this incredible part of our identity alive.
But here's the thing about tradition. It can't stay frozen in time if it wants to survive. It has to evolve. And usually it takes a real visionary to show everyone the way forward. So now we're going to meet a guy who did just that, who proved that tradition and innovation can create something absolutely mind-blowing.
That visionary's name was K.R.T. Harjanegoro, but he's much more famous as Go Tik Swan. This man was a complete game changer for Batik. He was a master who totally understood how to respect the past while creating for the future.
So, coming from Surakarta, he was surrounded by classical batik, but he did something truly amazing. He didn't just preserve the old styles. He breathed new life into them. He pioneered modern batik creations, mixing traditional techniques with totally new ideas and colors. He brilliantly proved that tradition doesn't have to be a set of rules. It can be a launchpad for creativity, making sure batik stayed cool and relevant for a whole new generation.
So, we've decoded some motifs, we've celebrated batik's moment on the world stage, and we've met one of its greatest innovators. But the story of batik is far from over. And actually, the most important storyteller is you. Let's talk about your part in all of this.
And this is the main point I want you to take away today. This incredible legacy isn't meant to just sit in a museum. It's been handed down through the ages, and now it's been handed to you. You are both the inheritor of all these amazing stories, and even more importantly, you're the author of the next chapter. The future of batik is literally in your hands.
So, how do you write that chapter? It's way simpler than you think. Here are 3 super practical things you can do. First, learn the language. Get curious. When you see a motif you like, look up what it means. Second, use the art.
Don't just save your batik for a special occasion. Find ways to make it part of your everyday style. And third, share the story. Post about it, talk about it. Let your friends know about the incredible philosophy and beauty you found.
So we'll end with this thought. Every time you wear batik, you're doing more than just wearing a pattern. You are speaking a language that's filled with centuries of meaning and history. So my final question for you is this. If batik is your language, what story are you going to write with it?